All right, so people think that America is Babylon simply because you have the fall of Babylon in the book of Revelation.
Now let me ask you something. Is America Babylon?
Is America Babylon? I can't really say with a short answer, so I'm not going to really answer that.
But now there's a prophecy for Babylon to be
Okay.
fulfilled. You understand? So what then is going to, excuse me, for the prophecy to be fulfilled is that Babylon's going to be destroyed, correct? So
Yeah, in Revelation.
so what then at the end, what nation is going to be destroyed for their sins, for their crimes?
I don't know. You tell me.
I'm asking you, saying you don't know.
You tell me. What
I'm saying, so just to be on the same page, you don't
Okay.
know.
you talking about Babylon to be destroyed, correct?
I'm asking you, right? So now, has the prophecy been fulfilled yet for Babylon to be destroyed?
No, because we see it in Revelation. So yeah, no, it hasn't.
So we see it in Revelation, so that means that it's coming, correct?
Yes.
Now, it makes no sense to then, from that false narrative, then start twisting things. So, in order to make it fit in the box, you have to basically take a chainsaw to the product, chop it up, then squeeze it and mush it into that box. And that's what it looks like when people are saying America is Babylon. Okay. In all actuality, Babylon is Babylon. I imagine that. But nothing says that simply because something's in the book of Revelation, it hasn't happened yet, even though that's just what people choose to believe. Is it end time stuff? Yeah. But does the end times have anything to do exclusively with modern day civilization and everything that we see going on today? No. Last day started thousands of years ago. And that's why you have the fall of Babylon sparking this thing up. Let's get it. All right, so first thing first, in understanding the fall of Babylon, the real Babylon, not America, is the beginning. You have to start in chapter 16. So this is where we are, 16 and 19. It says, and the great city was divided into three parts, and the cities of the nations fell. And great Babylon came into remembrance before Yahweh to give unto her the cup of the wine of the fierceness of his wrath. That's the thing. It's something's being remembered. Sound like Lion King. Remember. That's the thing. And that remembering is this city is gonna get that wine of the fierceness of his wrath. Okay. Right. So we need that before we even come to chapter 18. 18 and 2. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the great is fallen and become the habitations of devils. This is the fall of Babylon. Okay. Again, chapter 16, that's what we're talking about. That fall is in connection with the wine of his wrath. Okay, now I know 17's in between 16 and 18. Let's go there. 17 right here from the top. And there came one of the seven angels, which had the seven vials, and talked with me, saying unto me, come hither, I will show unto you the judgment, okay, that judgment of the great whore that sits upon many waters. So you got this whore upon these waters, okay? Whore, waters, right? We have to define these things. If you don't, you'll be sitting there thinking like Christians, like, and start drawing images of some slut on top of the ocean or something. That's silly. Now, let's deal with this this waters. It's in the same chapter. So 17 and 15. And he said unto me, the waters which you saw Where the whore sits are peoples, multitudes, nations, and tongues. So right there, the definition to these waters right here is found right here. It's multitudes, people. So don't think that right now you have a whore sitting on people's. No. Because this whore also has a definition. Same chapter, verse 5. And upon her forehead was the names written mystery, Babel the Great, the mother of harlots and abominations of the earth. Okay, so this mystery, this Babel the Great, this is that whore, okay, aka that woman. I don't like to use woman loosely because woman is separate from a whore. There's different types of female. You have a woman, and then you have, this trifling bitch, this whore. But it's using woman loosely here. So you see, this woman arrayed in purple and scarlet, blah, 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 blah. It's talking about Babylon, okay? So that's the whore, Babylon, that's sitting upon many waters, which is nations. So this is water, people, nations, and tongues, and then you have a city that's above them. This is Daniel chapter 2, where you have Babel is the head, and you have Persia, Greece, and then Rome. Babylon, Persia, Greece, Rome. Babylon is at the top, sitting upon the nations. Okay? So, now, chapter 17 and verse 18. We're going to have the same thing. And the woman which you saw is the great city. We've already decoded that to be Babylon in this same chapter right here. That harlot, that whore, that woman, which you saw is a great city, Babylon, okay? Last time I checked, America is not a city, okay? Which reigns over the kings of the earth. Again, that's the peoples, multitudes, nations, and tongues. The waters, right? Where we started, whore upon many waters. The kings of the earth. Kings are over people. So she's reigning over the kings of the earth. This will tell you who the kings of the earth is in this same chapter. Just come up here. Same chapter. We don't get to take our eyes out of the book and start making up shit. Start moosing. Making up shit, moosing. So, verse 9. Here is the mind which has wisdom. The 7 heads and as you were, are 7 mountains on which the woman sits. It's telling you. And there are 7 kings. Did we not see down here? Reigns over the kings of the earth. There are 7 kings, okay? It says it, not me, okay? 5 are fallen, 1 is, and the other is not yet come, okay? I've already made a video recently decoding these kings by name. These kings are in connection with the fall of Babylon because Babylon is the city that's over these kings. You need to know who they are. Once you know, you will see that it has absolutely nothing to do with today. Again, how could America be Babylon when America is not a city? It's just a landmass, a continent. Okay, but getting back into it, these 7 kings are the 2 kings of Babylon, the 4 kings of Persia, and the 1 king that was a Greek, Alexander. Then you have an 8th down here somewhere, the 10 horns which you saw, the 10 kings which have received no powers yet receive. Okay, so this has nothing to do with today. Again, I made a video on that. I'll put that at the end of this one. Now, in verse 16, there's a lot of information in chapter 17, man, I tell you. But and the 10 horns which you saw upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, which is Babylon, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. She's going to have smoke coming up. Let's deal with that. Okay? So this 10 horns is going to be the one to knock off this whore, which is a city, which we know is Babylon. Okay? Remember that. Back to Lion King. So 18, right? 18, where was it? The smoke. Right here. 18 and 18. And cried when they saw the smoke of her burning, saying, you know what? Let's get a little bit more. It was about some sailors. I know, alas. So the merchants of these things, what are these things? This list of commercial goods. I'm not going to list them. You see them here. Read it on your own time. But okay, the merchants of these things up here, which were made rich by her. Who is the her? That whore, that trifling bitch, Babylon, which is a city upon peoples and multitudes, many waters, shall stand afar off for fear of her torment, weeping and wailing. We have a lamentation by these merchants, okay? Saying, alas, the great city, we know that great city's Babylon, that was clothed in fine linen, purple, scarlet, and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls. For in 1 hour, great riches is come to naught, and every shipmaster and all the company and ships and sailors, woody woo, far off, cried when they saw the smoke of her burning. Remember, the 10 horns was going to knock this bitch down, that trifling whore. It's Babylon. It's going to be done by these 10 horns. It's going to burn her with fire. Okay? Once you know who these 10 horns are, and they produce the little horn, you know what nation that is in connection with these kings here. Daniel chapter 2 and Daniel chapter 7. This has absolutely nothing to do with today. All right? This smoke and this destruction and the dust, whoop-de-whoop, all of this was prophesied by the prophet Ezra. Okay? Let's take a look at that. So we are in Ezra 15 and 44. See how we're talking about that? Let's start up here. 43. And they shall go steadfastly unto Babel and make her afraid. Same her, that whore, that trifling bitch is going to be afraid. They shall come to her and besiege her. The they there is this storm coming, that cloud, right? Which we know is a nation, 10 horns. We know who that 10 horns. I have the video on that as well. I'll put that at the end of this video. So, 44, they shall come to her and besiege her. The star and all wrath shall they pour out upon her. That 10 horns. Then shall the dust and smoke go up unto heaven. Just kind of like incense too. But anyway. And all they that be about her shall bewail her. Okay? They're bewailing her. Just like we see in the book of Revelation as I flip back. They're going to be bewailing the destruction of this trifling bitch. 15, 18 and 15. The merchants of these things which were made rich by her, they're going to stand afar off for the fear of her torment, weeping and wailing. Right there. This is a lamentation because of the smoke of her burning. See, John the Revelator pulled a lot from Second Esdras. You see what I'm saying? This is not a new thing. This is not nothing to do with today. This is the fall of actual Babylon. There's so many prophecies of old that came into remembrance. Remember. So this is the actual destruction of Great Babel, that city, that great whore, the great mother of harlots, that trifling bitch. Okay? That's what this is. This has nothing to do with today. So verse 9 of chapter 18. And the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her, that trifling bitch, shall bewail her and lament for her. We just saw that in Esdras. When they shall see the smoke of her burning. For real. We just saw that in Ezra 15 and 44. Second Esdras 15:44. The kings of the earth who have committed fornication with her. Let's flip back and see. Let's not make up our own kings just so we can make it modern. I hate that mess. Let's make it modern, right? Let's start it over here, 16 and 17, right? With the woes. Like, whoa, woe is me, who will deliver me in those days? There's woes here. 16 and 1. Woe be unto you, Babel. Is that not who we talking about? And Asia. Woe be unto you, Mizraim and Aram. These nations here are in connectionship, receiving these woes. I don't see America. I don't see this, nothing to do with this time period. This has to do with Babylon falling. 15 and 46. And you, Asia, that are partaker of the hope of Babel and are the glory of her person. Woe be unto you, you wretched bitch, because you have made yourself like unto her and have decked your daughters in whoredom, that they might please and glory in your lovers, which have always desired to commit whoredom. That's why it's called a whore, that trifling bitch. You see what I'm saying? You followed her that is hated. But I thought the Most High don't ever hate nothing to know. Oh, it's all love and sunshine and Cadillacs and rainbows. No, they catching the fade. This is a prophecy about Babylon catching, actual Babylon catching the massive fade right here. Okay? They're catching a massive fade. And this is connected prophecy on that fade, that particular fade that's being caught. Okay? Nothing to do with today. Again, these 7 heads are 7 kings that have come and gone. Okay? This was started up by Daniel. Even Ezra prophesied on these 3. The 3-headed eagle, 5 have fallen, 1 is and 1 to come. That's 3. Babylon, Persia, Greece. Nothing to do with America, or damn sure ain't no NATO, EU, woo woo. Right? You need to know that so you can see where we are in this. I'm doing this because people are reinventing prophecy to make it apply to modern day. Well, we have no jurisdiction to be doing nonsense like that. Okay? This whore sitting upon these nations that are called out by names. We called those names out in another video. This is Daniel all over again. Daniel chapter 2, we have Babylon as the head over a plethora of nations, the kings of the earth, the waters. You see what I'm saying? We need to know that so we don't we start moosing, making up shit and trying to make these prophecies fit in today. Well, it's foolish, man. immature, I'm going to call it. Being decked with those linens, that purple, scarlet, woody woo woo woo, precious stones. All of that is here. And it's also prophesied by Ezra. We just have no jurisdiction. Where we are on the timeline is way over here in 20. I've gone over that plenty of times, but this is the real final enemy. I know, I ain't gonna say we. I know camps wanted to be Esau so bad, but this is really where we are, 20 and 8. That's really where we are. Trying to revive Edom and trying to revive Babylon. Why does Babylon have to be literally something else? Why does it have to be America? Because some Negro in the corner said so? Because your pastor said so? What are the prophets saying? Let's put things in proper order here. Who comes first? The Most High through his prophets, or just your pastor? Bishop Hoodoo, whatever. Captain this, gorilla that. Like it. So the 10 horns that is going to hate this whore and destroy her with fire that we saw in Revelation, that's this storm. These clouds that come from the east and from the north and the south. That's what this is, okay? They shall smite one another. They went to war with each other, whatever. But this war entanglement starts right here. And then it goes down. This is chapter 15. Then it goes down. You have Arabs as a part of this. This is Carmanian. But Assyria is infinite. Then boom, this cloud, which we know is the wrath of the Most High, this storm, great and terrible, is going to be in the form of a nation, which is 10 horns. Then they're going to beat down Babel. There it is right there. We don't have authority to make up our own stuff. America's Babylon. Book, chapter, verse. Book, chapter, verse. Everything that's stated here and stated here about the fall of Babylon is, you can read it in detail. And as a matter of fact, you can even go back further and see it in all of the prophets. Isaiah, like Jeremiah, you can see it. It's saying Babylon, but we just, because somebody says so, it's America. I just don't get that. This is a commercial. It's saying that this is a commercial leader right here. All of this is coming from her. Last time I checked, America is not shipping out massive goods to other countries. The whole of America is receiving these goods, not shipping them out. You see what I'm saying? But I mean, I know you know, a lot of us haven't left the neighborhoods we grew up in, but we're not like, come on. We don't even use gold. Like, we using fiat. This has slaves. This is, America's not enslaving other countries. If anything, the countries of America, all of them, are subject to Eastern powers. I'll just say that for now. Again, I got a video on that. So, but that's all I have for now, as it is written, and I'm out.